Bismillah, walhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillah. My beloved brothers and sisters, assalamu alaikum. What if I told you there's one chapter of the Qur'an that could change everything for you? That in just the few minutes it takes to recite it, your entire day could shift, your worries could lighten, your heart could find a peace it's been searching for? I want you to think back to a time when you were reciting the Qur'an, maybe Surah Yaseen, and your lips were moving, the words were flowing, but your heart felt distant, as if there was a glass wall between you and the words. You finished, said Ameen, but nothing felt different. That was me. For years, I would recite Yaseen because I knew it was virtuous, because I heard it's the heart of the Qur'an. But my heart, it felt the same. The anxiety remained. The stress didn't lift. I thought, maybe this isn't for me. Maybe I'm doing something wrong. And then I met an elderly sister at a mosque. She had a glow about her, a calm that made you want to sit with her. I asked her secret. She smiled and said, for 40 years, I've had one faithful friend, Surah Yaseen, not just reciting it, living with it. That conversation changed everything for me, and it can change everything for you too. Because here's the truth, Surah Yaseen isn't just another chapter, it's a living conversation with Allah, a divine prescription for a heart that's tired, stressed, or feeling distant. And starting today, you're going to learn how to unlock its power, not in complex ways, but in simple practical steps that fit into your busy life. Have you ever wondered why our scholars, our tradition, calls Surah Yaseen the heart of the Qur'an? Think about the human heart in your own chest for a moment. What does it do? It doesn't just sit there. It pumps life. With every beat, it sends blood, oxygen, nutrients, energy to every single part of your body, to the tip of your fingers, to the ends of your toes. Without it, nothing works. Surah Yaseen does exactly that for your spiritual body. It isn't called the heart because it's in the middle or because it's emotionally touching. It's called the heart because it pumps spiritual life into every other part of your faith. When your connection to prayer feels weak, Yaseen strengthens it. When your trust in Allah's plan feels shaky, Yaseen steadies it. When your heart feels heavy with the world, Yaseen lightens it. Just like a single heart supports an entire body, this single surah has the power to support and revive your entire deen. But here's where many of us miss the point. We treat it like a passive recitation. We read it like we're reading a textbook. But the heart isn't passive, it's active, it's dynamic, it's working even when you're asleep. Your relationship with Surah Yaseen needs to be the same, active, alive, working for you even when you're not consciously thinking about it. And that begins with understanding not just that it's special, but how to make its power active in your daily life. That's exactly what we do next. Now you might be thinking, my life is already full. Between work, family, responsibilities, where do I find the time to activate this relationship with Surah Yaseen? I used to think the same way. I believed I needed a perfect, quiet hour, a special room, a state of complete focus. And because that never happened, I kept delaying. Tomorrow, I'd say, when things calm down. But here is the beautiful, merciful secret. You don't need an hour, you need just 5 minutes. And you don't need perfect conditions, you need a sincere start. Let me give you the simplest method, one I wish someone had given me years ago. I call it the 5-minute Yaseen connection. Here's how it works. Step 1, choose your anchor moment. Link your Yaseen recitation to one thing you already do every single day. Right after Fajr prayer, right before you start your car, while your morning coffee brews, attach it to an existing habit so you don't need to remember a new thing. Step 2, set a clear intention, niyyah. Before you read, pause for 10 seconds, close your eyes, say in your heart, Ya Allah, I am reciting your words in Surah Yaseen to connect my heart to yours, to receive light, clarity and peace for my day.
Step 3, recite just one page. That's it. Don't pressure yourself to finish the whole surah. One page, about 1 minute. Read it slowly. Let your eyes move over the words. Don't worry if your mind wanders. Gently bring it back. Step 4, pick one phrase to carry with you. From that page, choose one line that resonates. Even if you don't understand all the Arabic, pick one phrase from the translation that speaks to you. For example, peace be upon you, or Allah is enough for us. Carry that phrase in your heart through the day. Step 5, seal it with a whispered dua. In your own words, ask Allah for one thing you need today. Ya Allah, help me be patient with my children, or Ya Allah, guide me in this difficult decision. Keep it real, keep it personal. That's the entire method, 5 minutes, tops. Why does this work? Because consistency beats intensity every single time. 1 page a day, done with presence, is infinitely more powerful than rushing through the entire surah once a month while your mind is elsewhere. This method isn't about adding another task to your to-do list. It's about transforming an ordinary moment into a sacred conversation. And the best part, you can start this today, not tomorrow, not next week, today. Because in the journey of the heart, there's no perfect starting point. There's only the sincere start you make from where you are. I want to tell you about Zainab, a working mother of 3, managing a home, a career, and the endless to-do lists that never seem to end. She came to me once, exhausted, her faith feeling like a distant memory rather than a living reality. I recite Yaseen sometimes, she said, but nothing changes. I still feel empty. I shared with her the same 5-minute method I just shared with you. She looked skeptical but agreed to try it. Just 1 page, every morning, with the steps we discussed. 2 weeks later, her message simply read, "It's working." When we spoke, she explained, "It wasn't a magical overnight shift, but I started noticing small things. On the 3rd day, after my morning page, my toddler had a meltdown. Normally I would have snapped. That day the phrase, 'Peace be upon you' from the surah echoed in my mind. I took a breath. I hugged him instead. That was the first change. By the 2nd week," she continued, "I realized I was carrying the surah with me. Not just reciting and forgetting. That one phrase became a silent mantra. In a stressful meeting, I'd hear it. Waiting in a long line, I'd remember it. My connection wasn't just during those 5 minutes anymore, it was spilling into my entire day." Zainab's story is powerful because it's real. It's not about supernatural events. It's about a subtle, steady transformation of the heart and the mind. The spiritual energy of Surah Yaseen began to pump into the veins of her daily life, into her patience, her perspective, her peace. This is the wisdom behind starting small. Allah loves consistent deeds, even if they are small. The Prophet told us that a small, sincere connection you maintain is infinitely more valuable than a giant one-time effort that leaves you burned out and discouraged. Zainab didn't master the entire surah in a week. She mastered 1 page. She mastered showing up. And in that consistency, the heart of the Qur'an began to do its work, reviving her from the inside out. Your transformation might look different. Your breakthrough might be in a different area: patience, gratitude, hope, trust. But the mechanism is the same: consistent, sincere connection. Now you might be wondering, what about the days I miss? The days I'm too tired or too rushed? That brings us to the next essential piece: how to keep going even when you stumble. Let's speak honestly. You've committed to this 5-minute connection with Surah Yaseen. You've felt the first stirrings of peace, the gentle shift in your day, and then life happens. The alarm doesn't go off. A child falls sick. A work crisis erupts at dawn. Exhaustion wins, and you miss a day. What happens next in your mind? For most of us, a critical voice takes over. See, you failed. You can't be consistent. Maybe this isn't for you. That one missed day becomes a reason to abandon the entire journey. I want you to understand something fundamental about the way Allah, in His infinite mercy, designed spiritual growth. It was never about perfection. It was always about direction.
Think of a baby learning to walk. Does the parent get angry when the child stumbles? No, the parent celebrates the attempts. The focus isn't on the falls, it's on the courageous efforts to stand again. Your relationship with Allah, with the Qur'an, with Surah Yaseen is the same. He is Al-Ghafoor, the all-forgiving, Ar-Rahim, the especially merciful. He is not counting your stumbles to punish you, He is witnessing your sincere efforts to return to Him. So what is the practical, merciful way forward when you miss a day? First, immediately replace guilt with gratitude. Instead of thinking, I failed, tell yourself, Alhamdulillah, my heart is attached enough to this practice that I notice when I miss it. That longing to return is itself a sign of faith. Thank Allah for that longing. Second, practice the next time rule. Don't try to make up what you missed by reciting double tomorrow. That leads to spiritual burnout. Instead, simply say, next time I am in my car, I will recite. Or next time I am waiting for the kettle to boil, I will open the mushaf. You re-anchor the habit to the next available moment. Third, understand the spiritual wisdom in the break. Sometimes Allah allows a pause so you can return with renewed appreciation. The sweetness of returning to Yaseen after missing it can be deeper than the sweetness of an unbroken streak. You taste the value of the connection anew. Let me share a profound insight from the scholars. They say that the shaitan has two main strategies against your worship. First, to prevent you from starting. If that fails, second, to make you despair and give up entirely when you stumble. His goal isn't just to make you miss a day, it's to use that missed day as a weapon to make you abandon the path completely. Your most powerful response is this: to make your return to the practice even more beloved to Allah than your initial consistency. The Prophet said, the most beloved deeds to Allah are those which are continuous, even if they are small. The key word is continuous, not unbroken, but persistently returned to. Therefore, your journey with Surah Yaseen is not a straight, unbroken line upwards. It is a spiral. Sometimes you feel you are at the same point you were last week. But look closer. You are not on the same flat circle. You are on a higher loop of the same spiral. You have the knowledge from your previous stumbles. You have a heart that is softer from having missed and returned. So tomorrow, if you open your eyes and realize you missed your morning connection, do not let the sun set on that regret. Whisper, Astaghfirullah, seek Allah's forgiveness. And then with the next ordinary moment, be it in your car, in a waiting room, in your kitchen, open to Surah Yaseen, recite just one verse. You will have defeated the second strategy of shaitan. You will have turned a stumble into a step forward. This resilience, this gentle perseverance is how the heart of the Qur'an truly begins to pump its life into yours. It meets you in your humanity, in your imperfection, and it says, begin again, I'm still high. And this leads us to the natural next question. As this connection grows, how do you move from simply reciting the words to truly letting them shape your life?